Good morning and welcome back. Today we have some farm business to take care of and we'd like to bring you along. We've had some predators coming too close to the homestead and it's just time for us to take care of that, and we want to show you how we do.
Yep, a couple days ago one of our cows sloughed a calf, which that means that she gave birth to it premature, and it was dead when it came out. And we noticed that she was sick a couple days ago, but we didn't know why, and that's why these predators are coming around. They can smell the sickness that came out of the cow and the dead calf, and we're going to do some things to prevent them predators coming any closer. We've seen some tracks around the homestead and getting closer to our rabbit hutch and our chicken coop, so we're going to see what we can do about keeping them away, and we'll let them be as long as they leave our stuff alone. But it's something that is very important. Predators can be a nuisance. They can actually wipe your food stock and your stuff that you're raising out, and I think it's something that should be dealt accordingly, because if you're going to live this lifestyle, you'll need to be self-sufficient, and that's keeping predators from eating your food. So it's kind of a thing that we take kind of seriously, because if we are going to live, we need food, and if these predators are going to take our food away from us, we have to protect it. So I hope you like this video and the things that we do with it today. This is Red, and the reason why I wanted to bring her out today to show you and let you guys meet her is that she was actually attacked by a fox. Couple years ago we had about 25 hens, and the fox came in and got quite a few, and I think it was a fox with some babies, and she was teaching her babies how to hunt, and we found her out in the field about 300 yards away from the coop, just mangled up, and we thought she was a goner, but we brought her in the house and put her in a cage and nursed her back to health. So she's kind of a good asset to us right now, and she makes this really neat cooing noise when she hears a predator or sees a predator that's getting close. And the other day I heard her make that noise, which kind of alerted us to that predators are getting kind of close. So she's a good little hen, and she just kind of lets us know that even though that she almost had a brush with death, that she can still protect her harem by letting us know when there's one getting close. So I'm heading out toward the bunny hutch, and we're going to show you where we keep them and show you where the possibility of a predator might have gotten into the bunny hutch. So now I'm going to roll that beautiful bunny B-roll. Hi, we're back in the fur house. If you remember previously in our videos that we talked about stoves, if you want to revert back to that to see what we talked about, go ahead and go to the link below. And we're going to show you a few things that we're going to use today about trapping these predators that we're seeing. So this is a number 3 Triumph double spring trap, and it's pretty easy to do, to open, to set it, and it's a strong trap. It will hurt you. It will break bones if you get your fingers stuck in it. But being a 5th generation trapper, we've acquired quite a few ways to trap these animals and these predators that we encounter. And then when we're trapping during trapping season, we use these traps a lot. And this is a 2.5 breaking lamb. It's another spring hold, but the spring's a little different. It's only a 1 single spring because they temper the spring to make it stronger. And another one we're going to use, but this is the one we're going to set today. It's a snare trap, and it's a little bit different to set. It's a little more technical. You have to figure out which direction the trail is coming through, because you can't just set it somewhere and hopefully you catch one. You have to set it on a trail. And that's what we're going to look at, is where the trail is coming from, what direction is the animal traveling on that trail. So we think we found the trail of where the coyote's coming down out of the hills. So that's where we're going to take you, is where we're going to set this snare. I think we located the trail where the coyote's coming out of the hills, and we're going to go ahead and set the trap here. It's on a road that comes off of a pond, and it looks like it's been walking out across the ice and over the road, so we're going to be able to maybe get a chance at catching it here.
So one thing that's really important to us in all the things we do is we try to let nothing go to waste. So should we catch something, as long as the fur's in good shape, we will stretch it, we will tan it, and we will do something with the fur. Sometimes we end up selling our furs, sometimes we'll use them in-house as well, and hope one of these days we'll give you a look into that as well.
I have with you is a pair of wire snips, the snare, and some wire, some heavy dude wire. I think this is 12 gauge wire, maybe a little heavier, maybe 8 gauge. And I like to use, some people use dental floss. I like to use thread. And so when you're doing this, you want to get it as close to the ground as possible, because when a fox or a coyote is walking, its nose is down to the ground. So the thing that you want to try to get close to the ground, but not too close, because you want the nose to go through the snare hole first, and then it'll go up and over its head. So that's what you think about when you're setting this. So I've got some branches here, and I got a pretty good anchor point over here to run the wire. And when you run the wire, you can do it double loop or just a single. I like to use double just because I don't like animals getting away. And this is all stuff that I've learned over the years from learning how to trap from my grandpa and my dad. So I find my anchor point, tie it up and make sure it's good and tight, and kind of give a little bit of pull. And then you want to take the loop, the anchor loop, and run the wire through and give it a couple twists. Then you want to take this and just kind of get it out of your way for a little bit, because it's going to be a little bit in the way if you don't do it properly. Then I look at kind of these branches here, and I kind of can look like where I can kind of cross these. So what that does is it gives me a place to kind of hang this from, and I can shorten the loop or making the loop bigger, and I can get it down here kind of where I want it. And you can see where the animal then can come from this direction, because we took a shot of which the trail's coming from up that way, and it comes this way, so we think the head is going to come through first. So we can kind of get a couple of these things down here and these willows and kind of make it heavy and just kind of give it a little bit of a place to go. You want to get it to go as close to the ground as possible, but not make it look like it's not natural. The animal might look at it and go, that doesn't look like the trail I've been going on. So you want to try to keep it as natural as possible. And you just take your thread and you kind of tie these things up, and what this does is it holds it together enough that it doesn't harm the bush, but it'll hold the bush together enough to support your noose. So now that we have the trap set, all we do is kind of wait, and it's a waiting game, and it's in the evening, so hopefully tonight the coyote will come through here on his trail and to see if he can find anything out in the yard, and hopefully we'll catch him.
As you're watching this video, if you enjoy what you see, like, subscribe, and comment down below. It helps others see the video, and it also helps you know when our next video is coming out. We want to make sure we can get back to as many of your questions as we can, and we know that this can tend to be a little bit of a touchy topic. We want to make it as informative for you as possible. Have a great day, and we'll see you next time.